Yo, what's up, guys? Glad you could stop by. I'm actually in the middle of testing something out here. Let me know in the chat if you guys can see me, hear me, and if you guys can hear music playing right now. Just doing a test here. I think so. So guys, let me know if you're there. I know we have a few people that said that they weren't going to be able to make it for the live, but that's totally okay. So I'm going to hang out here and while we get a few people on here. And today, again, is one of those, well, we're just going to go ahead and we're going to hang out a little bit and we'll see where this takes us. I've got a few things that I want to talk about as far as you know, with this whole coronavirus and everything that's going on, how can we turn this into a positive? And I want to kind of share a few things that I'm doing currently that I think you all can do. But while we're doing that, again, if you're watching this live, drop something in the comments so I know that you're there. And this way here, can hear and see your screen. Perfect. Okay, cool. And one other little, if you guys could do me a favor, if you just tuned in here, is it Teresa? Teresa, you said you can hear and see your screen, but you can see me okay, right? And the other thing is, let me ask you this. Can you hear that music playing right now? Again, I'm doing a test here with my new little panel here. So if you can do that and let me know, that would be amazing. I can fade that out a little bit. If you can't hear it, you can't hear the fade. So if you can let me know that, that would be awesome. I'm going to go ahead and shut her down now. So let's see. Boom. Yes. Cool. You can hear the music? That's awesome. All right, cool. So I'm just playing over here with some new toys. I guess I don't want to lift it up too much. It's a new device here I'm playing around with. So cool. All right, cool. So what I'm going to do here, and we're going to get rocking and rolling here. Again, no official agenda really, other than I just wanted to drop in here and give you guys, I've got a few notes here on my phone that I made that I wanted to make sure that we cover. I've got 5 things that I think that we all could be really using this to our advantage, or at least how to deal with this current situation. No matter where you are in your business, in your journey, and what's happening to, you know, to the country right now and other countries, it's crazy, right? So before we do that, I want to make sure that we're connecting on Facebook in the group. So I just want to make sure that we are there as well. So just bear with me, guys. And if you have any questions that you want to ask, definitely do it now or when we're chatting. Again, let me know that you're here. If you're just tuning in, let me know that you're here. Let me know that you can see and hear me, and let me know what's on your mind. I'd love to hear from you and see how I can help you today. It is Coffee with Scott. We do have a fresh cup of coffee here. Bulletproof, by the way. And it's just been a crazy, crazy day and week. I mean, we all, I think, can relate to that, right? It's just been really, really crazy. It's been surreal. Ton of people that are just walking around our neighborhood trying to get their exercise and all of that. So, yeah, it's pretty surreal. All right, cool. So, yeah, can hear. Okay, cool. I lost connection, but I can hear you now. Awesome. All right, cool. So let's first talk about like what is like in our business right now. And if you guys, again, if you guys can just drop in the comments, what is like your number one concern right now? Like what's your number one concern right now? Hey, Deborah on YouTube, what's up? Got another YouTube watcher, which is awesome. I can see that in my little dashboard here. What is your number one concern right now? Okay. And I'm in a lot of different areas right now. I'm playing in the Airbnb space. I'm playing in the e-commerce space. I'm playing in the event space. A lot of things that we are playing around with. And you just never know how things are going to react. I mean, there's a lot of speculation. There's a lot of people saying like, well, the economy is going to go down. We're going to, business is going to take a long time to get back. And that may be so. But are those things that we can really control right now? Not really, right? So, what I want you to do today is I want you to think about things that you can control and things that you can do. All right. Now, if you have been watching or following along or listening to the podcast for any period of time in the past 2.5, 3 years, you know that I have been really, really preaching or talking about brand building. And part of that is controlling your own traffic, your own revenue streams, and all of that stuff, right? Well, one of the biggest things I believe that we can do is we can control right now the things that we are doing that will help us in the future. So right now you might say, well, I can't send any more inventory into, I can't, someone just said no audio. Am I talking with no audio? No audio on my end. Whether my business can, well, someone must have heard it. Sarah must have heard it. Is my audio on right now? It looks like it is. Okay, Mike, I'm not sure. Might be something on your end. But the thing that we can control right now is a couple of different things. Number one, if we are creating content in our market, right now you've got some time, I would be doing that, right? I actually just got done with a somewhat of a coaching call for our Brand Creators Academy. And I was going through like, there's some things that people get hung up on. And sometimes it's like, well, I can't start that part of my business yet because this stuff isn't in place. Or maybe now the excuse would be, I can't do it now because there's this whole coronavirus thing going on. Well, here's the deal. Once this whole thing starts to go away, it's going to start to come back. So why not take advantage of the time that we have here kind of like confined to our own area so we can, get stuff done and plant more seeds. I look at it like everything that we're doing right now, we're planting seeds. Okay. And when we okay, cool, Mike, it's all good now. Must have been just a connection issue. So the things that we can control are the things that we want to focus on. And right now, if you are in this whole brand building, phase of your business, which if you're watching this, if you're following me, you probably are, then what you can be doing, there's a few things you can be doing, but one thing you could be doing is doing keyword research for articles that you want to write or for content that you want to write or create for YouTube. Or how can you show up in the marketplace and plant these seeds that 3 months from now, 6 months from now, a year from now, those will be out there growing. All right. Just because you're not going to get the traffic today, which by the way, let me give you guys a little bit of a side note here. A lot of people say, well, no one's going to be opening their emails. No one's going to be buying things right now. I'm here to tell you, yesterday, we actually sent out an email to our list. We have a bunch of different lists, but this is for a different brand. And this one here has about 35,000 people on the list. And we sent that email out, and it was a hybrid email. Okay. And if you want something to do while you're cooped up, I would advise going through our list building training. It's free. There's no opt-in or anything. I mean, you can see how we've built the list and then how we nurture the list. So if you're wondering because you don't have a list, you can get started with a list. And I'll put that up here for you. Let me see if I can create a new little banner here. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see if I can do this on the fly. I think that's the link. And the reason why I'm saying this, is because it will help you if you are not currently doing that, and it'll give you something to do with your time. There we go. I think that's the one. Let's see. Yep. Okay. Let me get rid of that. Let me come back over here. Let me give you guys this link. And let me get rid of all that other nonsense. It doesn't need to be in there. I'm copying and pasting, and that's why I'm, so we can do that, and then I can just show you that. So it's listbuildclass.com. If you go there, there's a free training there of how myself and Chris Schaefer built a list from 0 to about, I think it was, I'm trying to remember, it was over 6,000. I think it was closer to 7,000. But we went ahead and we sent out an email yesterday, which you would say like, oh my gosh, like how do you send an email during these times? You address the times, right? And then you try to make people feel better by either entertaining them or helping them or giving them something to do. So perfect example, I just gave you listbuildclass.com. If you go there, you're going to be able to watch about an hour-long workshop that teaches you how to build a list. You've got time right now, right? So if you have something of value to your market, give it to them for free, all right? Now, what we have done is we create these hybrid emails. And the hybrid email, what that basically does is it will give them content up front, like something helpful, useful. And then in the PS or in the second part of the email, we'll actually have an offer. And so that's what we did yesterday. So what we did was we said, and the subject line was, I'm going off of memory here. It was something like surprise plus fun project idea, something like that, right? And so the email read like, hey, you know, this is a really terrible time. This sucks. But I figured, you know what? I'd reach out and I would brighten up your day with something that you can do. It's a fun project and I've got a surprise for you. And so I gave what the fun project was that they could do. And then from there, I put in there, and also because we want to do something special, we're going to knock $5 off of our fishing lures for the week, something like that. And just from doing that, we more than doubled our sales for that day. Okay. For that day. Okay. And today we're going to have more, because then what we do is we send to the email list the following up day or the following day with a follow-up that is to the unopens. And that's a critical part of this whole list building and then sending emails and all that stuff. Again, if you are interested in building a list, go to that listbuildclass.com and you'll get all the stuff that you need right there. We actually show you exactly how to do it. So that's the thing, right? Like, don't ignore the situation. Don't ignore, your list because you're like, oh, I don't want them to get mad because I'm emailing them in a time like this. I emailed my list about this and I said, hey, I'm going to be jumping on. If you want to come, great. If not, that's okay too. And it's my way of showing up to the marketplace. All right. Now, if we go into here, and I'll be totally transparent with you guys know that's how I roll, right? Listbuildclass.com. It's totally free. Totally. Now, inside of List Build Class, if you go to that workshop, if you go to the workshop, there's actually a tool in there that I and Chris Guthrie partnered on called Giveaway Boost. Chris Schaefer is part of that as well. And it's a very low, ticket price thing, but you don't need it, but it's a tool. And then there's ConvertKit, which is also in there. And we also give templates away if you decide to try ConvertKit. So there's ways that you could basically purchase something down the line, but not right now, right? Like, so it's something that you're giving value to that can also lead to a sale or something down the line if someone needs additional resources or tools or help or whatever. So the same thing goes with we got over, this is a crazy statistic, by the way. We had over, I could probably log in right now while I'm on with you and I'll tell you the current numbers. But we had over 1,000 clicks yesterday, which was just mind blowing. And it's probably over 1,200 now after the sending to the unopens. So let me just pull this up And let's dig in a little bit. And there's people still opting in every day. Let's see. Yeah, 1,344 clicks. We had a 19.4% open rate to date right now in a day and a half. Out of 35,496 people, we've had a 2.7% click-through rate, which is very high in the email marketing world. 1,344 clicks. All right. So stuff works, guys. It works. So if you have any questions on that, guys, let me know. Hey, Jay, what's up? Or Jay from YouTube, what's up? Doug, what's up, man? How's it going? And Mike returned, and it's all good now. That is cool. Cool. Yeah, if you guys have any questions or any thoughts, let me ask you guys this. Okay, all 21 of you that are on currently right now. It was funny. I did this on Tuesday. I had about 70-ish people on live. So today might just be a day that people are actually out walking. But let me ask you a question. Let me ask you two questions. Answer the first one. Do you currently have an email list that you could send emails to in your business or in your market? Answer that one question while I take a sip of coffee here. And you know what I can do while we're waiting, which I think is pretty cool? Check this out. You hear that music? So this is while I wait for you to answer, we play a little music. So let's see. And it's funny because I can't hear it because I got to put my earbuds in. So answer that question, guys. Come on. Do you currently have an email list? Now, Doug, you say no, but I thought you did. I thought you built that email list, no? Sarah says yes. Can you guys hear that music, or do I just look like I'm dancing to no music? I do and have been sending and serving customers this week. Mike says, awesome job, Mike. I got a question for Mike after. So Mike, don't leave. I got a question for you. And remind me if I don't ask you the question. Come on, I need a couple more. Do you currently have an email list? Yes or no? Amber's in the house. Yes, I have an email list. Sweet. Look at now, I can bring the volume up. I feel like a DJ over here. I'm going to bring her down. All right. That's fun. Music is good. Mike says music is good. Awesome. I've got some other sound effects in here. I don't know what they do yet. Let's hit one and just randomly, and we'll see what happens together. You hear that? All right, cool. Enough playing over here. Okay, so we've got some people that do, some people that don't. Okay, the question I have for people that said that they do have an email list, have you sent an email this week? Okay, have you sent an email this week? All right. Doug, DJ Scotty V in the house. Yes, sir. See? It's going to be the same track, though, because it's the only one I have on my little speed dial here. So let me know. My initial ones, is that good? Is that good levels? That's actually good feedback, Mike. Is that good levels, or should I bring it down a touch? This is hysterical. If all I get out of it, you want it on a 4? You want it down to about there? Is that good? Sarah says, haven't sent an email this week. Sarah, I'm going to dig in a little bit with you. You haven't sent an email this week, but let me ask you this. Why? Oh, Mike says too loud now. It's too loud right now. I just turned it down. Or is that better now? If it's still loud, I'll turn it down a notch. Back to Sarah. Sarah, why haven't you sent an email this week? I'm just curious. Maybe we can work through that. I'm digging this music though, by the way. Doug says good now. Okay, cool. That's good to know. I'm at about a 4.5. Good. Cool. See how awesome that was? That was sweet. Thank you for helping me out. Now I know when I go on these lives, I'll have a little music and I can, I know what I need to do there. Mike says good. All right, cool. So Sarah, if you're still on, answer me this question. Why haven't you sent an email this week? Okay. And the reason why I'm asking that is because I think a lot of people don't want to because they're afraid they're going to upset people or annoy people. And there's a simple way to not do that, but you also don't want to avoid it. I'm going to take these out now. Okay. So Sarah, okay. So let me go. Now I want to go back. I'm going to go to Sarah, or I'm sorry, Amber. I know this is Amber. You didn't put your name, but I know who you are. Yes, you have an email list. Let me ask you, Amber, have you sent an email this week? And Amber, you're watching on YouTube. Love it. And guys, do me a favor. Would you, everyone that's here live, or even if you're not here live, do me a favor. Give the video a little love, and we'll see if that helps me get more reach here on Facebook and on YouTube. I would love that. Let's see. All right. I'm getting something from Sarah. Is it Sarah Jane, or do I just say Sarah? Sarah Jane, I think, right? Honestly, I haven't started a campaign yet and wasn't sure if this was an appropriate time to start. I have a lot of emails though. You have a lot of emails. How many is a lot of emails? And also Sarah, Sarah Jane, what, there's a lot that I want to ask you. Cause I think you might be overthinking it and you might be, nervous about sending emails for whatever reason. I've sent emails to 3 different businesses this week, and the replies have been amazing. I think it's the way that you do it too, right? It's like you can't be salesy. You can't be pushing a whole bunch of stuff. Let's see here. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, 680 emails, but let's put this into perspective here for a minute. 680 emails. If you take that many people and put them in a room, it's quite a bit, right? So don't underestimate the power of a small list. A lot of times, the smaller the list, the more concentrated it is, actually you get better open rates. As it grows and gets bigger, you got to do a better job of kind of, well, nurturing it and then kind of weeding out the people that aren't interested anymore. It's Sarah Jane. Okay, cool. Thank you for the clarification. Hopefully I didn't upset you by just calling you Sarah. So it's Sarah Jane now. All right. So the 680 emails, when's the last time you emailed that list? Little music. I'm getting a little overboard here with the music. All right. In all seriousness, I'm going to turn that down now. I'll turn it right off. Okay, so, and anyone else that is on right now, and let me see, how many people said that they have email? 1, 2, looks like only 2, no, 3 of you, and Mike gets 1,000 points because he's been sending emails this week. Mike, let me ask you. How has the response been from your email list? I'm just curious. And Doug says, I have a cold one. I was going to build another one, but then all this happened. But okay. Doug, let me ask you this though. What is stopping you from just sending an email to that list? And that list wouldn't be, hey, are you looking forward to going, to a certain place, or, you know what I mean? Like, you're not going to bring up like them going anywhere. You're going to be more or less just checking in, making sure everything is okay. Like, it could just be an email like that. It could be like, hey, I know it's been a while since I emailed, but I wanted to see if you were okay. I know this has turned the world upside down. And I really just am trying to figure out what's the best thing that I can do to serve you. And then let them reply. And then you also get to see the temperature of the list, right? So I would do that. Let's see here. Very good this week, Mike says, and very good sales this week as well. So, okay. So some people have said, well, the sales are going to drop. It's not going to be as good of a week. People are still buying stuff. They're bored. They're in their house. They're on the internet. They want to consume content. They want to be able to do something. And if they can sit here and educate themselves or learn, then put that out there for them. And that's why I say, like, if you're not building content in your market, you need to be. If while you are, confined right now, you should be thinking about what could you add to your market as a piece of content that could bring them to you now or later, right? So it does a lot of different things. When we put a piece of content out, we can immediately utilize it because we can send our email list there. And then we also set the seed that can start to sprout later. And then 6 months from now, we can start to see what ones are starting to take and which ones aren't. And then we can work on more of the ones that are, right? So let's see. Started Sunday night, Monday night, Wednesday. Nice. Okay, cool. Are you sending to the unopens, Mike? That's a big one. I want the honest answer on this too. Are you sending to your unopens? Let's see here. Sarah Jane, I haven't sent any promotional emails before. The only time I've ever sent out emails is for delivery, checking in after the product has been delivered. Now, is this through Amazon only, Sarah Jane? Is this only for like using something like SalesBacker or Feedback Genius or any of those? Just curious. Because that's different than just your normal email list. I'm just curious. And how are you collecting those emails, by the way? I know I'm asking you a lot of questions here. Okay, Amber is got something for me. Yes, since we left the Master Shop, we've emailed our list and offered value while asking if they're still interested in home entertaining. We got a 17% open rate on 1,100 subscriber list. That is awesome. By the way, we haven't emailed people on the list for 6 to 12 months, depending on when they opted in, and not a big unsubscribe amount either. But you know what? Even if there was an unsubscribe amount, who cares at this point? We're cleaning the list by emailing them. You know that, Amber. We've talked about that. But the one thing I want to ask you about this, you got 17% open rate. Did you send to the unopens a day or two after? Because we talked about that. I know we talked about that. And I just want to see if you did. And if you did, I want to hear, what was it the first round of send and then to the unopens? And I'll give you that right here. We sent out an email on the 19th. No, I'm sorry. On the, where is it now? The 18th, okay? At 10:12 a.m. Eastern time. All right? That one there got a 15.2% open rate, 2.2% click-through rate. So that's 1,097 clicks, okay? This morning, I sent another one out at 8:12 a.m. and already it hasn't even been, 6 hours, 7 hours-ish, right? We've got an additional 5.1% open rate and a 0.6% click-through rate, which equals 247 clicks. That would not have happened. I can guarantee that 5.1 will be at 8 or 10 by tomorrow, and we'll bring that 15% up to over a 20, because combined right now we're at 19.4. So let me see here. I'm trying to get some more data here. Okay, love the results so far, and we've made it a 3-part email sequence series. So essentially, we send an email to the unopened. So after the series, we'll manually unsubscribe all those who haven't opened. Okay, cool. That sounds good. And Mike, you said you have not been sending to the unopens. Here is your little ninja tip of the day. Send to the unopens. Do not skip that. I am telling you, every single time, I'm looking at mine right now, guys. Every single time I get an extra 6 to 7 to 8, anywhere between 6 and 8% additional opens. So it would have been, let's say, 11 to 12 to 15% on email 1, and then we add another 6 to 8 on the second, and we don't disturb the ones that already opened. All right. So again, that's a big one, Mike. Try that for me. Let me know. Didn't think about it till you mentioned it. Gonna do it now. Dude, I'm telling you, you're gonna be blown away if you do that. It's like found subscribers, right? It's like you're sitting there and you're like, man, you know what? Let me know. What is your open rate? I'm just curious on that. Okay. Sarah Jane says, I'm using Aweber and collected emails through Etsy. Oh, cool. That's awesome. How are you getting them through Etsy? Are you doing it through an insert card, or are you just scraping Etsy? I'm just curious. Yeah. Hook me up, Ken. What's up? Keep the fire burning. Appreciate your positive, caring, down to earth spirit, Scott. Smiley face. Hey, Ken, no problem, man. I'm here for you and everyone else. And I know it's a hard time for all of us. And yeah, so thank you, man. Appreciate it. Promise I'm working on that. You've covered that a week or so ago, but I forgot about it. If there's one thing that's like the simple thing, it literally takes me, I was going to time myself this morning. It takes less than 30 seconds. Now, depending on what service you're using, we're using ConvertKit. You know, it's literally, I go to the report, I go to the bottom, I click resend to unopens, I change my title just a little bit, and I hit send. It's literally 30 seconds. It's crazy. Your open rate is between 11 and 13%. I would almost guarantee you're going to see that you're going to have an extra 5 to 8% opens. Okay. So the way that I do it, like you sent one out Sunday, Monday, and then Wednesday, what I would do is I'd stagger them. I'd go Monday and then Tuesday, or let's say you send it out Sunday. I'd send it out Sunday. I'd skip Monday, but I'd send to the unopens. And then from there, I would go send it out Tuesday. I'd send to the unopens on Wednesday, right? And try to do it at 24-hour period is usually enough. So that's cool. Good job, man. Etsy provides us with the email. Good for them. The buyer's automatically added to our list with the option to unsubscribe. That's some good stuff right there. I like that. Mike is using Klaviyo. Yeah, Klaviyo is a beast. I haven't used Klaviyo. I've got friends that have. It's a little too much for me. I don't necessarily think I need all that automation and stuff. I came from ActiveCampaign. I've used Aweber. I've used ClickFunnels, which is off of SendGrid. I've used them all. And now I've switched everything I have over to ConvertKit. I mean, everything, even the amazing seller stuff, all of my other brands is all running through ConvertKit now. And if you guys are interested in ConvertKit, see, here's a little shameless plug, theamazingseller.com/ConvertKit. And you can get a free trial there, and you can test it out. And yeah, it's a great service. Okay, let's move on, unless I'm missing something here. Let's see. Let me just cover this really quickly. Because a lot of people get hung up on, like, what do I send them? Like, what do I send my email list? And it's very, very simple. I'm going to give you an example this morning of something I emailed we have a case study brand that we're building inside of Brand Creators Academy. And, we sent out an email today. It's kind of funny how it happened, because our Brand Creators Academy members know what the niche is. They a lot of times will send us content ideas or things that have happened in the news or whatever. So something happened in the news today. It was posted in the group. So I immediately took that ABC news post and I posted it on our Facebook page, not a group, a page. And then I wrote an email talking about it. And then I linked them over to the post in the page. It wasn't my content. It took me literally a minute to write the post. And then I just sent my email list over to that post and didn't create the content. I just gave them a resource that has been posted. And I'm just showing that I am dedicated to helping to serve them in any way that I possibly can. So very, very simple. Dimitri, what's up, man? From YouTube as well. Love it. And if you're on YouTube, do me a favor. Smash that like button and give it some YouTube love. I need YouTube love, guys. I haven't been focusing on YouTube as much as I have. It's going to be something I'm going to be working on, and that's why I'm broadcasting here today. So if you guys can give it a little love, that would be amazing. I've communicated with ConvertKit and I'm trying to determine if theirs can do what Klaviyo can. Yeah, I mean, it depends on what kind of complex funnels you have inside of Klaviyo. But yeah, ConvertKit's pretty awesome and they're always evolving. So definitely something to explore. Let's see here. Let's see. This is from Doug. Nothing except it built from a bad giveaway and I get no response. Oh, I see. Because the way that you built the list was from a bad giveaway, or I so you don't get much of a response or opens. I get it. And it's okay. You can always move on from that. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's move on. Let me get rid of that. Let's see here. Why can't I see that? There we go. All right, cool. All right, let's move on. I'm going to look at my notes here. All right, so we went over email. The one thing that so I got 5 things. I'm going to list them out. Well, number 1, control what you can control. All right. Right now, we can't control Amazon accepting our product if we're in certain categories. Right now, we are not able to do that. Can't control that. Done. Okay. So now you got to look at your business and say, what can I control? Okay. Can I control sending an email to my list? Yes. If you don't have a list, I can start building my list, right? So there's things that we can do and control. The other thing is, this is a great opportunity to see the holes that are in our business, right? I've talked about this, right? There's these holes in our business that aren't really known, or they might be, but they're not seen yet by you because this doesn't happen. And if this doesn't happen, well, you don't see the holes. It's like a bucket doesn't leak until you put water in the bucket, right? And we don't know how big the holes are until we actually run the water through. It's the same idea. So if you know that you are depending on one channel, and right now, because you can't send anything to Amazon and you ran out of inventory and your sales are dropping, you got to fix that, right? So what can you do to fix that? Number 1, start building out external channels. Start building out ways that you can, or maybe this, and this was a great tip that Chris Schaefer gave yesterday. Just switch your product over to FBM and then just fulfill them yourself. This way here, you're not out of stock. If you can't ship in goods, just switch it to an FBM. So that's an idea. So control what you can control. Number 2 is send email. If you do have an email list, you need to be communicating with your email list, letting them know that you're there. You're not avoiding it, okay? You don't want to be like nothing's happening and being like, hey, life is great. I was out today doing something beautiful and it was great and nothing's happening in the world that's bad. Like, you don't want to ignore it, right? Bring attention to it, but then also try to be positive about it, just like I'm doing right here, right? And then from there, you can weave in, certain things. I'm sorry that the light just dimmed down. The sun just went down. So, okay. So that's number 2, like send email to your list, not just with something to buy, but rather with something of value. Okay. And just send them anything. It could just be like, I'm thinking of you. That would be a great subject line, by the way. I'm thinking of you, or I'm thinking about you. That's what a friend would say, right? I'm thinking about you. And then from there in the email, it's like, hey, this is Scott. I just wanted to drop in and just say, I'm thinking about you in this terrible time that we're in right now. And I know right now it feels like everything is turned upside down, but we all are kind of in a similar situation and we're probably running out of things to do. So right now, if you are trying to build your business, if you're trying to train your dog, if you're trying to catch more bass, why not go out and find a local pond and just go out there and throw the line in the water? It'll probably make you feel better. And if you need help catching more bass, I got 3 videos here that'll help you. Seeing that you're at home, you might as well watch them. Talk to you later, Scott, right? Like, that's it. It doesn't have to be complicated. And that's a good subject line, by the way. I want to test that myself. I'm thinking about you. Thinking about you. Okay. Number 3, work on evergreen content. What is evergreen content? Well, it is content that will deliver value that also will live on after it's posted. I actually just replied to someone in our Brand Creators Academy that was like, people are telling me I should be on Instagram more than I should be on Facebook. And the whole discussion started going back and forth with, well, wait a minute, is your market on Instagram? And if the answer is no, and and your demographic's not there, then why be there, right? Just because you think you have to be there doesn't mean you have to be. But the point is, Instagram, Facebook, they're not an evergreen platform. Just like this here, this video is not really evergreen. It won't live on all that long after it's published, right? Now on YouTube, it will be. So this is being broadcast on YouTube as well as Facebook. It's going to have a longer shelf life on YouTube than it is on Facebook, right? Facebook, it's going to go in my archives, but people aren't going to really search on Facebook for something, right? They're going to go there, and if they see it, they might consume it, or they might start to go through your stuff. YouTube, they're going to search for something, then they're going to find it. That's evergreen. So work on evergreen assets right now, okay? And in this case, what I'm doing is I'm kind of doing both as I do this right now. Number 4, follow up with your customers. If you have customers and you have a way to reach them, follow up with them. Again, not to just sell something, because here's the thing that will happen. Even if you don't offer anything in your email, you're going to bring your attention back to your brand, right? So it's kind of like, hey, this is Scott. I wanted to drop in and see how you're doing in this terrible time. I know myself, I'm going to be doing some more fishing just to kind of keep my mind off it and keep myself busy. If you haven't done that, you might want to give it a shot. It'll probably take your mind off of this terrible situation. If you have any questions about, anything, let me know. Let me know how you're doing. And in the meantime, if you want to go check out my 5 top tips to catch more bass in the pond, that way there you can have more fun. Go for it. Talk to you later, Scott. And that's it. And what that does is it brings attention to the brand. They're like, I should go over there. And then they go over there and then they might buy something. So it's just a way to get in front of your market and your buyer. So that's what we got there. And then let's see here. We got one more. Okay. Number 5, right? Number 5, connect like this on social media, right? So if you have a Facebook page, if you have a Facebook group, if you have an Instagram account, if you have Snapchat, whatever you're using to get in front of your market and communicate on a regular basis, show up there a little bit more frequently right now. Do what I'm doing right here. Just show up and give value. And I don't care if you have 5 people that show up, 1 person that shows up, doesn't really matter. Because here's the deal, right? I might only have 20 people show up to this live. I might only have 60 people show up to a live, and that's totally cool. This here for the next week will be somewhat fresh, right? And people will probably tune in. So it's still going to give me benefit afterwards for serving my market, okay? So it's not always about who's showing up live. It's about what happens after. Now, this will kind of, I don't want to say die off, but in somewhat of a way it will, right? It just gets less traction. On YouTube, if it's got a good keyword in it and people are searching for it, it could live on. Now this here isn't so much tactical. It's not so much a tutorial. So it might not have as much search intent. But when you have people that are wanting to know more about your brand, a piece of content like this gives them a little bit of your beliefs and a little bit more of your motivations, a little bit about how you operate, how you think. That really creates a stronger bond within your market. So there's nothing wrong with doing that. So there's your 5. All right. We'll recap them here in a minute. A bunch of questions came in, I think. Let's see. What did I miss? I missed a few here. Oh, let me ask you this. Are you guys right now working on creating evergreen content in your business? Okay. Right now, drop it in the comments, whether it's on Facebook, whether it's on YouTube. Are you creating evergreen content in your business right now as we speak? I say within the last week, have you produced a piece of content for your market that is that's an evergreen piece of content that will give you benefits now, but also in the future? Drop that in there for me. And let's see, Doug, just planning the timing on the launch. Yes, timing for on the launch for the giveaway. Doug, is that what you're referencing? Oh, I see. Wait, see, I must have missed a bunch here. Okay, I should probably start from the top of the comments. Yes, I've got the new one ready to go. And then just planning the timing on the launch. Yeah, because of what's going on right now. Yeah, I totally get that, right? I totally get it. Now, and I know your market, and we're not going to talk about it here inside of this live, but we do talk about it in the academy. There are things that you could be creating right now that could be leveraging this, in a positive light, right? So don't stop creating content because we're in this, this funk right now, right? Let's see here. No, another good reminder. I think, Mike, you're saying that you haven't, right? You haven't created that content. Yeah, nice. Hashtag 52-week challenge. I'll let you guys in on a little bit of something that we talked about in the academy. I also mentioned it on the podcast, and that is where you challenge yourself to create one new piece of content every single week for the next year. So 52 weeks, one piece of content. At the end of the year, you have 52 pieces of content. And the cool thing about this is you'll probably be surprised at the benefits of what this will do for your business and your brand, and it'll start to build momentum. So definitely give that a shot. Let's see. Let me get rid of that. All right, cool. If you guys don't have any other questions, or if you guys didn't want to participate in any other Q&A, I did want to get some insight as far as where you are. Let me do a quick recap. And again, if you have any questions, let me know. If you think that these are useful, I'll do more. If you think that you would rather have more concentrated content, I do that as well, which actually today, if you're watching this on YouTube, if you're still on YouTube, or if you're not on YouTube, I've been publishing a lot of new videos in the past 2 weeks. Today, yesterday and today was 2 really good videos. One of them was how we increased our traffic on a fairly new brand by 102%. So that's on YouTube. And then also today's video was all about email opens. So basically how to increase your email opens, 5 tips. So I'm going to be doing more of those, but I like jumping on here too and doing a little bit more of the freestyle stuff too. Chris, what's up, Chris? Chris is on YouTube as well. What's up? Still reading Brand Creators Playbook, getting ready to build my blog soon and get a list. All right, Chris, but let me ask you this. You're getting ready to build the blog. What is holding you back? Ready? You ready for it? Uh-oh. We got dogs barking now. Got a little music going there for you. So, Chris, what's holding you back? What's in your way? Why isn't the blog set up? Why isn't the first article set up and created and optimized? It's all in there, right? Did you just start reading it last night? That would be an excuse. Let me know that. I'm curious. I love this little music thing. I like these. Informal allows for interaction. Non-fire hose velocity of info. Yes, I love that. And thanks so much too for participating in this. I appreciate you showing up as well, Mike and Chris and Doug. And let's see who else we got on here. We got Dimitri. We got Sarah Jane. We got Hook Me Up Ken. Let's see, Success Sourcing, which is Amber. We've got, let's see, who else? We got a few other people I thought I seen coming in here that have at least commented. There's more. These are the ones that are, Greta Wall. What's up? What's up? Jaya J. Let's see, Teresa. Yeah, we got a bunch of you. Sharon. All right, cool. But yeah, guys, this is fun. I always love sound effects, very authentic sounding. That is awesome. But yeah, guys, I mean, the things that we just went over right now, like if you have an email list, like seriously, if you have an email list and you're not sending emails, like just get off of here right now and go send an email. Like do that for me and then come back here and report how it did for you, please. Man, that's such low-hanging fruit. And I don't get it because we all get hung up on, well, I don't want to send, or I don't know what to send. Send something, as Chris Schaefer says, send something. Yeah, something is better than nothing. Creating the content, building the email list. And the cool thing is like when you are building content, then you have stuff to send to the email list, right? It's just a natural progression, right? That you create a piece of content, or in my case this morning, I didn't even create the piece of content. Someone shared it with me, and then I shared it. I reposted it on my Facebook page, and then I sent an email about it, driving people to the Facebook page. That's it. So it doesn't have to be hard. I've just stripped out the unopens of my emails, and I'm going to drop those into another list and send tonight. Cool. Mike, do me a favor though. I want you to come back here in 24 hours, and I want you to give me an update on that. I want to know what those results are, because I think you're going to be blown away. And again, something is better than nothing, right? So, and then Chris said, my RA business keeps me busy since I'm at home. During this time, I want to expand my business off Amazon since I can't ship anything right now. Yeah, it's a wake-up call too, right? So you can't ship anything. It makes you say, holy crap, like, I should probably diversify. And to me, the best way to diversify is getting your own traffic, turning on some ad networks that can bring in some cash, turn on some affiliate products that you could promote. I mean, that's the one thing too. Like, a lot of people don't realize, like, the Amazon catalog, you can sell anything you want on the Amazon catalog. It's yours. Not yours particularly, but you can be an Amazon associate. You can be an affiliate for it. So that opens up your catalog of products and potential to make more money just by posting good content that talks about products that people could buy. And we talk all about this in the playbook that was just mentioned by Chris, which I probably should drop a link in there as well. Actually, you know what? Instead of doing that, let me give you the free resource. Let me see here. This will give you a very quick checklist that'll get you off and running. Yeah, brandcreators.com. If you go to brandcreators.com, you're going to see there's a free resource there for you. There's a checklist, and it's called our brand growth validation checklist. It's about 6 pages. But it'll walk you through what you can do right now to really identify your market and identify where you can start to build out some of these assets. Totally free, brandcreators.com. There is the playbook. The playbook is $4.99, but I'm not gonna direct you there right now. If you want to get that, you'll know how to find it. Yeah, you can go through that. That's a little meatier. That's about 107 pages, but has been downloaded thousands of times, and people are getting a ton of value from that. But brandcreators.com has the free resource there. There's also a video of me walking you through the validation process. So something you probably want to go through as well. So that is pretty much all the questions I think we had and everything. And Mike says, will do. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. And this worked out perfect because I have literally 6% on my laptop right now. And yeah, we should probably wrap this up. So just a quick little recap. Here we go, guys. Just as a reminder, 1, control what you can control. 2, send email, please. Number 3, work on evergreen content. 4, follow up with your customers. 5, connect on social media. That's it. There's your 5. That's what you can do right this second. And I'm telling you right now, even if it doesn't give you an immediate like cash, into the business thing, right? It's still going to bring in goodwill. And when you bring in goodwill, there's always money that will follow in some way, shape, or form. Just don't forget that. All right. And then the last thing is, if you're watching this on YouTube, smash the like, comment, do all that fun stuff. If you're on Facebook, share this. If you think that other people would get value from this, invite them maybe to the next one, because we're going to do another one. I've had a bunch of people say that they would love for me to do more. So I will most likely do more. All right. And I'll let you guys know through an email or on Facebook. So make sure that you've turned on notifications if you're on YouTube, so you get notified when I go live and all that fun stuff. All right, guys. So that's it. That's going to wrap it up. As always, take care, take action. Talk to you soon.